the title match at the Royal Rumble a fatal four-way.
The WWE Universe is still reeling from the jaw-dropping conclusion to this week's SmackDown. What was supposed to be a typical night of action turned into one of the most emotionally charged and unpredictable episodes in recent memory. If you missed it, don't worry. We've got you covered. The moment that has everyone talking? Jey Uso, also known as Main Event Jey, once again acknowledged Roman Reigns as his tribal chief. But this time, there was no manipulation, no force, no guilt trip. This was a gesture born from something far deeper: emotion, gratitude, and raw, unfiltered loyalty. Let's break down everything that happened, what led up to this moment, and what it all means for the future of Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and the ever-chaotic World Heavyweight Championship scene. The return of a possessed Rollins tensions have been boiling over since Monday Night Raw, when CM Punk made his shocking return to cost Seth Rollins his shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. The match had been months in the making, with Rollins clawing his way back into contention after injury and betrayal. But Punk's interference, a low blow that left Rollins stunned in the center of the ring, denied him what he felt was his destiny. On SmackDown, a very different Rollins emerged. Gone was the dancing, crowd-pleasing visionary. In his place stood a man broken, unhinged, and burning with revenge. He didn't wait for an invitation. Rollins stormed into SmackDown with one goal: to make someone pay. His target? The reigning World Heavyweight Champion, Jey Uso. Jey's defiant stand and crushing fall. Earlier in the night, Jey had delivered a passionate backstage promo. It was raw, heartfelt, and inspiring. He spoke about his journey, from being lost in the bloodline to finally stepping out on his own. Jey reminded the audience that he had fought through betrayal, heartbreak, and war within his own family to reach the top. Becoming World Heavyweight Champion wasn't just a personal victory. It was a symbol that he was no longer in Roman's shadow. The crowd erupted in support. Main Event Jey chants echoed through the arena, a testament to how far he had come. But it didn't last long. Just after his match, the crowd barely had time to celebrate when Seth Rollins ambushed him from behind with a steel chair. The arena gasped. This wasn't just an attack. It was a statement. Rollins unloaded months of frustration, beating Jey down with brutal precision. The former architect dragged Jey through the curtain and flung him into the ring like he was nothing. Then came the chair shots. Then the stomp. The cheers turned to stunned silence. Is the return of the tribal chief. And then, the music hit. The unmistakable entrance of Roman Reigns blasted through the arena. The crowd erupted, half in disbelief and half in awe. After months away from WWE TV, Roman was back, and he wasn't smiling. There was fire in his eyes, determination in his stride. Rollins turned, steel chair still in hand, ready to finish what he started. But Roman didn't hesitate. One Superman punch, followed by a devastating spear, left Seth sprawled out on the mat. But what came next wasn't just about vengeance or spectacle. Roman turned toward Jey, still battered and struggling to stand. For a long moment, the two locked eyes, history, pain, and loyalty flashing between them. Why was it loyalty or weakness? The crowd was stunned. Some booed, others cheered, but everyone was frozen in that moment. This wasn't the same Jey who once bowed because he had to. This was a new Jey, a champion, who chose to kneel. But why? Was it gratitude for Roman's save? Was it a realization that no matter how far he runs, Roman is still the one man who never completely turned his back? Or was it the weight of history, the familiar pull of the bloodline, too heavy to resist? The internet erupted instantly. Some fans praised the moment as full-circle storytelling. Others saw it as a betrayal of Jey's journey. But either way, one thing was clear: SmackDown would never be the same. Seth Rollins. Breaking point reached. Let's not forget the other major player in this drama: Seth Rollins. Since losing the title, Rollins has been slowly unraveling. He's made it clear that he doesn't just want the title back, he needs it. To him, it represents everything: validation, legacy, and redemption. And after CM Punk's betrayal on Raw, Rollins snapped. This wasn't just about beating Jey down, it was about erasing him. Rollins nearly ended Jey's career on those steel steps. The announcers were horrified. Even the fans who had once worshipped the visionary were now questioning how far he would go. Rollins has never been this dangerous, and that makes him unpredictable, which in WWE is deadly. Under the shadow of CM Punk and a new alliance. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, CM Punk. His interference on Raw may have been shocking, but it wasn't random. Punk's long history with Rollins, mixed with his own aspirations, suggests he has bigger plans. And now insiders are buzzing that WWE may be planting seeds for a major twist. Roman Reigns and CM Punk potentially aligning. Yes, you read that right. Rumors point to a blockbuster tag team match being discussed for Money in the Bank. Roman Reigns and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. If that match becomes reality, it could reshape the power dynamics of WWE for years. Reigns and Punk teaming up would be unthinkable under normal circumstances. But with the World Heavyweight Championship in play and alliances forming out of desperation, anything is possible. The rise of Braun Breaker and the return of Bronson Reed. Amid the chaos, another name is starting to surface: Braun Breaker. The powerhouse from NXT has been making waves on the main roster and is reportedly being positioned for a major push. Aligning with Seth Rollins would be a massive statement and a clear sign that Breaker is ready for the main event spotlight. And don't sleep on Bronson Reed either. The Tsunami himself has been teasing a return, posting cryptic messages on social media. Reed was last seen wreaking havoc at Survivor Series, and his return could tip the balance yet again. Whether he sides with Seth, opposes Roman, or carves his own path, his return will only add more chaos to an already crowded title picture. In looking ahead, SummerSlam and the future of the title. All roads now seem to be leading to SummerSlam, where many believe we'll see a long-awaited dream match: Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. But here's the catch. The title still belongs to Jey Uso. What if Jey retains? What if he finally silences the critics and proves that he's more than just Roman's right-hand man? That he's not a transitional champion, but the champion? Or what if Seth takes it back and Roman swoops in to challenge immediately after? Could we see the return of a dominant Roman Reigns? One who not only rebuilds the bloodline, but also conquers the one title that has eluded him? And then there's Punk, watching, waiting, stirring the pot. Conclusion: a new era of uncertainty. SmackDown wasn't just a great show, it was a turning point, a shift in the narrative that's been building for over 3 years. Roman Reigns is back and more dangerous than ever. Seth Rollins is spiraling into darkness. Jey Uso is torn between loyalty and independence. CM Punk is injecting chaos into everything he touches. And the World Heavyweight Championship has never felt more important or more threatened. The path ahead is uncertain, but in WWE, that's when things get really interesting. What do you think? Let's open the floor to you, the WWE Universe. What's your take on Jey Uso acknowledging Roman again? Was it a moment of strength or a step backward? Should Roman pursue the World Heavyweight title? Or should Jey finally put his foot down? And what about Seth Rollins? Is punishment justified? Or is he the only one truly fighting for what's his? Drop your thoughts in the comments and stay locked in, because the road to Money in the Bank and SummerSlam is heating up faster than anyone expected.